it is very interesting, and there are a number of stories that we can go through. First and foremost, obviously, we want to tip the hat to Mayor Levine Cava.
Yes, I
Daniela's
did.
done.
I felt the need to do that. I'm feeling very pleased with her level of participation and visibility and transparency, and just really be and more than just photo op. And I've been appreciating that. So I wanted to put that out there.
When you consider the other representatives down here, particularly our congressperson, as well as our two senators, they were there for photo ops. They weren't there for anything other than that. And it's a shame.
But she is really, you know what, this is one of those types of events where people really have to step up. And for somebody in a mayor position, it's one of those things that kind of makes or breaks. And she has definitely risen to the occasion in how she's handling this. And I just was,
same with our friend Senator Jason Pizzo. He's done a great job as well. And you say, well, what is a great job? The truth is, a great job is being there.
Yes.
All day, every day.
Being present, being a representative.
Whatever capacity you can. When you are a representative, a congressional representative of this area, and your objective is to show up for 10 minutes and stand in front of a TV camera, you're proving once again why you are a waste of space. You shouldn't have even shown up. But that's unfortunately our congresswoman.
So I felt proud that's our mayor. That's our Miami mayor.
I am. Yeah. Daniela's done an amazing job. And, kudos to her. But the truth is, one of the main reasons why she is sitting where she's sitting, I'll say it again, the Sunrise Movement Miami chapter really made a huge difference for her in the home stretch of the election. It really did. And she is in the most powerful position in Miami-Dade County as of right now. And 2 Democratic congressional representatives are sitting at home. So anybody who wants to come up with this theory that you have to move to the right to keep Democrats in power, Daniela is a progressive. She's a progressive. She's not a corporate Democrat. She's taken corporate money. But if you observe the way that she's governed overall, it's been pretty good. Got to give credit where credit's due.
So that
you're not unwrapping the animal that is Miami-Dade politics in one fell swoop, but that's not going to happen. To answer Rainbow Glitter's question, how do they suppress live viewers? Well, as I said, we have 7,000 subscribers, and generally channels that have that amount in, just overall, you're usually good to get between 5 to 10%. So we should have at least
views or viewers during a live
viewers.
Okay.
Yeah, we should have at least a couple of hundred, I would think, but we don't. And part of the reason that is so is we've checked data. The people who are subscribed, they're not getting updates. They're not getting bell. Even if you've clicked the bell, we've had listen, I check the channel every day, and people get unsubscribed all the time. What are we supposed to do? There's very little we can do. We could just constantly tell people, always check to make sure you are subscribed, click the bell, like, comment, and share all of our videos if you can. That is what makes a difference. And if you are so inclined, what is a very big help to us, and we don't, again, it's not a hard sell. It's not one of those things where we're telling people, oh, we're not going to be able to survive. We're not going to be able to put food on the table. No, Jen and I do not take a salary. The money that we do raise from this channel is to help further our mission, which is to turn politics into service. So if you believe in the idea that what we need to do is more beach cleanups, more food distributions, more homeless care packages, be able to help non-corporate candidates running for office, those are the things that we are currently involved in. And if you believe in that message, become a $5 or $10 a month Patreon, and you'll get one of these fancy stickers.
And you also get the other merch. Right.
T-shirt, $10. Bracelet, $5. We want everybody to be
no,
a
not
$10
your.
patron.
Well, yeah. If you're a $10 Patreon, you will get the jersey. If you're a $5 Patreon, we have these really cool custom hemp bracelets in our orange and purple, made on Etsy according to Macy, and that are made just for generational change. And then right now, while supplies last, you get the Lulu sticker in with your membership. Yeah.
Bingo. So think about that if you can. We would love your support. It really means a lot. And like I said, our content is content that isn't dependent upon us just trying to get clicks.
Right.
We're trying to put out great content.
Speaking of which, what are all these stories you wanted me to put up?
I think it's very important that people understand that these types of things that are happening all over the country, and as Shervin had mentioned earlier this evening, Shervin Azami, definitely check out his interview. He's running for California's 30th district. Wealth, class, and remote work reshape California's new boom towns as people flee big cities. Well, what does that mean? California is it's the second largest state in the continental U.S., and most people live within about a 10-mile radius of the coastline. But there is a hell of a lot more territory, whether it's in San Diego County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, even in areas like Fresno. There is a lot of open space. There's a lot of opportunity, to live and to thrive. California still has way too high taxes, but cost of living outside of Los Angeles, San Diego, Santa Barbara, San Francisco, and San Jose is a lot different than where you'll find in a lot of other places in the state. It just so happens that most people in the state live in the major cityscapes, and Sacramento's expensive too. I'm not going to say that it isn't, but certainly not to the degree that the coastline cities are. So a lot of people are finding that they just simply have to move away from the cities. So there is a sort of this migration, if you will, that California is experiencing, but not to the extent that they're all moving to Texas, if you will, or Colorado or other places. They're just moving to other parts of California. But cost of living in California is absolutely insane. It's a state that I love to visit. I will absolutely never live there in a million years. And so for those that are willing to do it, hey, you know what? Kudos to you if you are willing to put up with it. But cost of living is a very big problem. And having reasonable housing, I don't even want to call it low-income housing. It's just reasonable housing. People should be able to put a roof over their head. And they make it unbelievably difficult to do that. And yes, people tend to flock to the big cityscapes. So we are evolving, if you will, in many ways. But one thing that has been noticeable is that a lot of people are not willing to take on these jobs, these menial jobs anymore. They complain. Even President Biden has been out there pointing his finger. Donnie Deutsch has been pointing his finger. This isn't just the GOP. These are all the neoliberal Democrats who are saying, get off your butt, Junior. Kind of like Joe Biden would say, get your head out of your ears and go out and work, man. You got to work for cheap labor because it's better.
That's actually good. That's actually sounding pretty good.
Well, I've been listening to this guy, Kyle Dunnigan. He's been doing a really good job. My God. Yeah. Got to get a job, man. Got to go out there and work. You can't just sit at home. You got to work. You got to work for peanuts on the dollar.
Okay. So this story's about the kids, though.
Yeah, the kids, they're out there working and they're making some money. That means they're making a lot of money, man. Come on. You can work just like them. Go flip some burgers, man. That's what I'm talking about. And their salary's great. $12.50 an hour. Don't you want to work?
Yeah, that's not great. That's not great, Joe.
I think there is a very big misconception about how much they're actually making. This idea that teens are getting this upper hand on the job market. What is considered a living wage or a reasonable wage for somebody who's, let's say, 16, 17 years old is a lot different than somebody who's 26, 27, dare I say even 36, 37 years old. There is a big difference. A lot more responsibilities. And yes, I have no doubt. Oh, come on, Rainbow Glitter. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. Don't mess with me, man. I wrote the damn bill.
Lying dog-faced pony soldier.
So I do
But
think
the
that there is.
idea that the minimum wage workers are teenagers is
Yeah.
just completely inaccurate. That's not, I mean, that's a fallacy. I have met many people at the Fight for 15 events, and many people that work at, you know, hourly minimum wage jobs that are struggling to support families. So the fact that it's only kids that are working these jobs, so they should have to pay their dues, is just not accurate.
No, it's definitely not. And like I said, a lot of these headlines are very deceptive. They try to make it seem like, oh, the teens gain the upper hand in hot U.S. summer jobs. Like, first of all, hot summer jobs market, in what way? You know,
I thought it meant temperature.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
That's the only thing that makes sense, is that it is excruciatingly hot.
What they're basically doing here, which is even more incredible, is that they're saying shortage of adult workers is giving younger employees more leverage to seek better wages. Yeah, so they don't have to work for $7.25 an hour. They're now working for $11.25 an hour. But you can't live on that. This is deception. It is the worst kind of deception. You're making it seem like you're doing them a favor.
Ricardo.
You know the thing.
The thing.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Think about it. It's you know.
Yeah. He's back.
I have no empathy. I have no empathy.
You have no empathy,
man. Go flip some burgers. Go rake some leaves.
Listen to some words.
Listen to some words on the record player. Just go work in an ice cream parlor. And if you do that, I might come visit you. Remember, my favorite flavor is vanilla dipped in chocolate fudge. That's
You've actually gotten pretty good.
You know, I'm not going to be so nice to you anymore. I know you voted for me, but
I'm very unwillingly, I must say. I mean, really unwillingly.
I don't think you're going to vote for me again.
No, I don't think I'm going to vote for you or your little friend either.
I just hope I can make it that long, but come on, man, I'm getting tired here. I can only last for so long. These kids are getting jobs, man.
Okay, but can we get out of like the reality and deal a little bit with what I have over here, which it says meanwhile in Fantasyland?
All right, I'll join you in Fantasyland.
All right, we gotta be. You are the king of Fantasyland.
So Fox News is trying to, or let me rephrase. Rupert Murdoch.
Is funny to me.
Rupert Murdoch, who's got to be, Jen, what's he got to be now? He's got to be like 85, I would think. He's got.
I was actually going to say like 103, but
he's not that old, but he's up there. He's probably close to 90.
Is Jerry Hall still carrying his carcass around as a handbag? What do you think she? What
do you think she charges? If you're being realistic, what do you think Jerry is charging him? Like, what do you think her monthly?
What's her monthly stipend?
I would say it's 100,000. That would be my guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would think nothing less than 6 figures a month, but you know. She's very expensive. She's very expensive.
Hey, listen, she got a lot of money out of Mick Jagger. She got a lot of money out of a lot of different men over the years. Hey, you know what? I don't have any issue. If a woman is able to get away with it, that's her business. If Murdoch is 90 years young, hey, you know what? He's still got it, apparently, and Lord knows he's going to be.
He's got money, is what he's got.
That's true.
What he's got.
And that's the thing about having billions upon billions of dollars.
So talk about what he's doing. What is he doing?
So Murdoch is all about the ratings, and so apparently he's figured out before everybody else does about what it takes to get people to actually tune in. Fear is what gets people to tune in. So by getting involved with weather TV and really cool graphics that the seniors can see, because if anybody knows this, up until a number of years ago, all of the seniors pretty much were all watching Fox News. So they had to print the letters extra large so that the seniors could read it. This is a fact.
Extra large print, yes.
So what I do suspect is going to happen now is Murdoch is moving into the weather department, if you will, if that's even a thing, and is basically going to create very similar to what they did years ago with like DEFCON 1, Red Alert, all those types of things when it comes to weather. And it's going to be weather, kind of like in hurricane season.
Right. No, they're basically creating an entire network of if it bleeds, it leads with weather. And that's basically, this is going to be nothing more than fear mongering and hoarding and emergency prepping. And
what was the name of the last hurricane that came through here?
Elsa?
No, the one before, the one that was in 2019 or 2020, and it didn't hit us.
Michael?
Maybe. But the point is, I remember that so well because there was the American model that was being used, and then there was the European model that was being used. The American model said that the hurricane was going to hit us head on. The European model said it's just going to miss us. It's going to go up the coastline, and it's actually not going to make landfall. So as it turns out, the European model was correct. And why is that important? That is important for a multitude of reasons. Because when you get involved with weather propaganda, it isn't just about scaring people into tuning in and worrying about whether the hurricane.
Thank you, Blue Bandit. It was Irma.
Hurricane Irma, Blue got that's it. And rather than, you're tuning in for the purpose of, what is the Sharpie gate? That is it, Greg, 100%.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
Well,
no, but they are right. You know what? We do need to get a map. We need to open an alcohol.
No, I was totally right about that. And I took the Sharpie and I showed all the wonderful directions that hurricane was going in. And it totally went in those directions. They called me crazy. They were crazy. And let me tell you something. I know we're not going to be able to get into it tonight, but Jen, I'm coming to visit you next week. We're going to talk all about the lawsuit. It's a big, beautiful, incredible lawsuit, the biggest you've ever seen. God. I'm taking down Facebook. I'm taking down Twitter. I'm taking them all down. We are going to make America even greater because I'm coming back. Believe me when I tell you, Trump's back, baby, for 24. Remember the show 24?
I think you're going to have to. And are you going to have Ron DeSantis as your running mate? Is that your plan?
I don't even know who that guy is. Don't even mention any other names. The only name that matters is Trump. Trump all day, every day. Trump TV, Trump steaks, Trump water, Trump buildings, Trump everything.
You're like
we're going to Trump. We will Trump you.
Oh my God, you've got to go.
We will Trump you.
You've got to go.
I'll see you next week.
Oh, good God. I can only dread.
Yeah, so we really didn't have the opportunity to cover that tonight, but, clearly it's brand new.
Let's not go there now.
Everyone's jumping on that now. Let's wait to see some of the preliminary stuff that comes out. But I do believe this. I only believe that the reason Trump is doing this is because he does intend to run again. So, hey, you know what? Now corporate media can have a freaking field day for the next 7 years potentially. But anyway, the last story, which is we always want to end on a high note. And I think that that's very important.
I still have this included in Fantasyland for obvious reasons in this country.
Well, because in this country, it's considered blasphemy to suggest it don't work.
So the story is what? The story is that in Iceland, they've made it, is it a 4-day work week like what they did in, I believe, Finland or where, because they've done it other places as well.
Well, Scandinavia is always leading the world in the most sensible
way. So is that
way
it's a 4-day work week is what
Correct.
They're doing? Okay.
So they're
this has been shown to be good.
They are means testing it as we speak, but the response has been overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly positive.
Yes.
And so, but what else is new?
They're getting higher productivity numbers. It's not just a matter of, people are happier.
Correct.
Okay? And quite honestly, that's sufficient for me. I think that happiness is, look, in Bhutan, which is a country I want to go to, they measure gross national happiness. Personally, I think that's what we should be doing. So, but what we're talking about with these 4-day work weeks, they are seeing increased productivity. So, and increased worker retention, which if you're an employer is a good thing. The amount of money people waste in high turnover and training is a huge thing. If you keep people happy, they'll actually perform better. So, yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.